As you guys already know, we now have the C4 restocked, reloaded. Week 6. Week 6 of the NFL is here. Now, I usually like to film these videos before the Sunday games, and then I go all the way till the Monday night game. So, I don't think this is one of the games I made a prediction on. I could be wrong. I'll put it down in the comments below or in the description or whatever. Anyway, the first game for week 6, if you guys saw Monday night's game, or was it Thursday? It was Thursday. Of course, I'm looking at it on my phone right here. I'm looking at it on my phone right here. This past Thursday, we had the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears. Now, I don't think I made a prediction for that specific game. Anyway, final score of that game, the Washington Commanders defeated the Chicago Bears 12-7 in a close, low-scoring game. Now, the first game for the Sunday games, we have the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Giants. Now, you guys are probably already thinking I'll probably have the Baltimore Ravens winning. Actually, I have the New York Giants in this game. Why? Well, if you guys saw the Giants Packers game, the Giants were able to upset the Packers in a game that I had the Packers winning. I had the Packers winning that game, and surprisingly, the Giants pulled off a massive upset. So, I actually have the New York Giants winning against the Baltimore Ravens, especially since they're going to be in New York. So that means, sorry guys, I'm burping some C4. That means, guys, the Giants are going to have home field advantage since they're going to be in New York. The second game we have for the 12 o'clock games tomorrow, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. Two of the worst teams so far in that division. I also forgot to mention that is a division game. So, with the Indianapolis Colts playing with their second string and third string offensive linemen at the moment, they haven't been really living up to expectations for when they first traded for Matt Ryan in the beginning of the season. Like during the offseason, if I remember correctly. So I have the Jacksonville Jaguars winning that game. Mainly because the Indianapolis Colts, like I just mentioned, haven't been living up to expectations as of late. Of course, they did defeat the Denver Broncos in that one game. But it was a low-scoring game, nonetheless, between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. So I'm going to predict that since these are two of the worst teams in that division, I mean, that division isn't really that good at the moment anyway. The only team that's living up to expectations, just barely at the moment, is probably the Tennessee Titans. So In that division, you have the Tennessee Titans, the Houston Texans, the Jaguars, and the Colts. So I'm going to pick the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this game. And it's not going to be by a whole lot. I feel like it's going to be one of those close, low scoring, back and forth battles. So that's my prediction for that game, guys. Jacksonville Jaguars is going to beat the Colts. Next game, New England Patriots, Cleveland Browns. I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns because if you take a look at how Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt have been doing in the run game, once the Browns get going with their run game, it is hard to stop. So if the Cleveland Browns get going with their run game, because honestly, that's what's been keeping them, relevant at this point in the season. I'm not sure if relevant's the right word to say, but you guys know what I mean. But I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns to win that game. And the reason I say that is because, like I just mentioned, if the Browns can get going with their run game, it is going to be a long day for the New England Patriots defense. Next game, we have the Cincinnati Bengals and the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to have to go with the Cincinnati Bengals to win that game, man. I'm going to have to go with the Bengals. The New Orleans Saints, ever since Drew Brees retired and Sean Payton retired, the New Orleans Saints haven't been looking like the same New Orleans Saints team that was always on top of the division. Well, first, second, nonetheless. The Saints haven't been doing good as of late. If I remember correctly, their current standings of the NFC South, I think the Panthers are in third, if I remember correctly. We're either tied for third or tied for last with the New Orleans Saints. I think it's Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Carolina, New Orleans, or Tampa Bay, Atlanta, New Orleans, Carolina. I think we're either third or fourth in our division. Anyway, I'm going to have to go with the Bengals because the Saints haven't been looking too good as of late, ever since Sean Payton retired. Speaking of the NFC South, we have another game that involves another team from the Panthers division, the NFC South. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, some of y'all are probably thinking, the Steelers have been looking good as of late. This could be a close battle, but I don't think it's going to be. Because remember, guys, Kenny Pickett is still, of course he's going to be the starting quarterback for this game, but Pickett's still a rookie, guys. Pickett is still a rookie. And it is very hard nowadays to find a quarterback that can do that good in only his first season. So I'm going to have to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, sure, Kenny Pickett might be a good quarterback and all, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. Really bright future ahead of him in the NFL. But Pickett still has a lot to learn, man. Pickett still has a lot to learn. It is a totally different ball game going from college level to the pro levels in the NFL. So I'm going to have to go with Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win that game. Next up, San Francisco, Atlanta. I'm going to have to go with the San Francisco 49ers because, like, for those of you guys that don't know, I am a Carolina Panthers fan. I saw the game between the San Francisco. I didn't actually like see the game, but like I was paying attention to it on the Panthers app on my phone, and San Francisco is starting to kick it up a notch. They're starting to play really good, and Atlanta, if I remember correctly, I think Desmond Ritter is still. I don't know if he's starting, or is it Mariota. Anyway, Atlanta's still looking to rebuild their team after losing Matt Ryan. So, I think the San Francisco 49ers is going to beat I think they're going to beat the Atlanta Falcons in that game because like what have I said ever since the start of the season, guys? Ever since the start of the Carolina Panthers season. Like I've said it in a video before, I'm going to say it again. For those of you that thought Baker Mayfield was going to do better than Jimmy Garoppolo, ha! Like, what did you guys expect? I've known it all along that we should have gone after Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, y'all must be feeling pretty dumb right about now, thinking that Baker Mayfield would do better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, has everyone forgotten that Jimmy Garoppolo was a backup quarterback in New England under none other than Tom Brady? Jimmy Garoppolo was a backup quarterback under Tom Brady. Has everyone forgotten that? And it's showing. And when I mean it, I mean the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo has been a better quarterback this entire time than Mayfield, and the fact we should have pursued Jimmy Garoppolo rather than Baker Mayfield. And it's starting to show. It is starting to show. So, unfortunately, though, Sam Darnold is still out. And I think Baker Mayfield has an ankle injury. So, the only quarterback that we have at the moment that can start against the Rams, and he's going to start as of right now, as far as I know, is PJ Walker. So, nonetheless, guys, San Francisco, Atlanta Falcons. I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers. Next game, we have the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers. Voice crack. I'm going to have to go with the Green Bay Packers once again. Why? Because, well, if you compare the New York Jets and the New York Giants, yeah, you kind of see my point there. The Jets haven't really been doing as good as the Giants as of late. So I'm going to have to go with the Green Bay Packers on that game. Next up, we have the Miami Dolphins and the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to have to go with the Dolphins on this one, y'all. I'm going to have to go with the Dolphins. Sure, the Minnesota Vikings have been looking very good. They've been looking very good as of late. So I think it's going to be a close back and forth battle. And the Dolphins, I feel like, is going to win that game. Because the Dolphins have a much better offense than the Vikings. Now, of course, that doesn't necessarily mean the Vikings' offense isn't as good. Or it doesn't mean that they're not as good. But, like, the Vikings have a good offense as well. But I feel like the Dolphins is just a little bit better. Because they have speed, y'all. They have speed. And when I mean speed, I mean they have Jalen Waddle. They have Tyreek Hill. So, if both of those wide receivers weren't enough to wreak some havoc and cause some trouble for the Minnesota defense, then you also have Mike Gesicki, who's been doing really good at tight end as of late for the Dolphins, even before the Dolphins acquired Tyreek Hill. And of course, guys, with that being said, the only good wide receiver that the Vikings have, if I remember correctly, is Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. And then, of course, they have Dalvin Cook at running back. So that's why I feel like it's going to be a close back and forth battle. But the Dolphins' offense is going to be way too much for the Vikings, especially for the Vikings' defense. All right, next up, the start of the 3 o'clock games. We have, of course, Carolina Panthers, Los Angeles Rams. Again, one of those games that I really want to say that the Panthers are going to win. I mean, of course, the Rams, they haven't been looking too good as of late. They haven't been looking like they haven't been looking like the Los Angeles Rams from last season when they went to the Super Bowl and won. So this should be a game that we can win. That doesn't mean they're going to win, but it's a game that nonetheless... All of these voice cracks and stutters, man. I chose a bad day to film. But, like, I do these videos every week, so I kind of have to. Anyway, I want to root for the Panthers. I mean, of course, I'm going to root for the Panthers, but, like, I want to be able to say that the Panthers are going to win, but, like, the game against San Francisco, man. The game against San Francisco. Yeah, that pretty much tells you the whole story right there. And of course, guys, speaking of the game against San Francisco, after that game, guys, the next day, the Panthers fired head coach Matt Rhule and defensive coordinator Phil Snow. And as of right now, Steve Wilks will be taking over as the interim head coach. So, right now, we need a defensive coordinator. We need a new defensive coordinator. And in my opinion, we're going to need to fire McAdoo as well. We're going to need to fire McAdoo as well. Because only one win in the past, 5 weeks? So we're 1 for 5? No, 1 for 4? Yeah, 1 for 4. Ever since the start of the season. 1 win, 4 losses. 1 win, 5 losses at this point, as we're approaching week 6. So, yeah. My prediction, guys, is the Rams are going to win. And that's just telling you guys how honest I am with these predictions. Yes, it is a game that Carolina should be able to win. But with the way that the Panthers have been playing as of late, I mean, I do hope Steve Wilks can get us another W, especially against the Rams. But, yeah, we still need to fix a lot of things during the offseason, guys. There's still a lot of things that we need to fix during the offseason. So I'm going to have to go with the Los Angeles Rams. Although I will be rooting for Carolina, as I always do, as I always have. Keep pounding, Panthers. Keep pounding. But, like, it's one of those situations where, like, my heart's telling me Carolina. My brain is telling me the Rams. Because, like, I'm a diehard Panthers fan, y'all. I'm a diehard Panthers fan. Always have been ever since 2011. And, of course, I'm going to root for my Panthers, as I always have. But, like, even true Panthers fans like me, y'all. Even true Panthers fans like me we gotta know that the Panthers haven't been playing good either as of late. So, yeah. I'm going to have to go with the Rams in that game. Next up, we have the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. This should be an easy win for the Arizona Cardinals. And of course, it is a division game. Because in that division, guys, the NFC West, we have the San Francisco 49ers, the Los Angeles Rams, Arizona Cardinals, Seattle Seahawks. So this game is a division game in which I think the Arizona Cardinals are going to get another W. Or it should be. It should be another win. So, next game. Bills, Chiefs, possible Super Bowl matchup. Well, not Super Bowl matchup. AFC AFC Championship matchup is what I wanted to say. Possible AFC Championship matchup. Bills, Chiefs. I think this is going to be too close of a call, man, because both teams are looking very good. And like I said, this is a possible AFC Championship game. But since I have to pick one, I'm going to have to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to have to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, of course, the Bills have Von Miller. They have a very good defense. But, like, it's going to be another one of those, number one offense versus number one defense type of situation. And, of course, you guys know the old saying, defense wins championships. Defense wins championships. But, like, the way Patrick Mahomes has been playing as of late, he's looking like the old Patrick Mahomes from when they went to the Super Bowl that one year against the San Francisco 49ers and won. Patrick Mahomes he's doing really good as of late. And I feel like that's going to be very hard to stop. Once Patrick Mahomes gets going, it is very hard to stop. Alrighty. So that was the last game for the Sunday games. Hang on. We have one more, actually, for tomorrow. And it is tomorrow night between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Another division matchup. The Dallas Cowboys have been doing somewhat good, but also the same thing for the Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles have been doing really good. Now, of course, the Eagles, they've had easy opponents. They've had an easy start of the season. So, this is the first game that Philadelphia has had that's against a tougher team, a bit of a better, tougher team. So I'm going to have to go with the Dallas Cowboys. I think the Philadelphia Eagles win streak is coming to an end, and it's going to be against their division rival, the Dallas Cowboys. So, the Monday night game, we have the Denver Broncos, we have the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to have to go with the Chargers. I'm going to have to go with the Los Angeles Chargers. And you guys always hear me talk about their defense all the time. But like the Denver Broncos haven't been, I wanted to say Denver Broncos offense. But like it's not just their offense, it's their entire team that hasn't been doing good as of late. So I'm going to have to go with the Los Angeles Chargers because not only do they have a better defense, they just have a better team all around. So I feel like this is going to be a blowout. The Chargers are going to win in a blowout. And that's going to do it for the Week 6 predictions. Burping some C4. So yeah, that's going to do it for the Week 6 predictions, guys. If you guys like these videos, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to my channel. And guys, I will see y'all in Week 7. I hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed rest of your day or night, depending on when you are watching this. And I will see y'all in Week 7. James Tate, out.